Kids' stories get a lot of views on YouTube because they are fun and interesting. But what if I told you that you can easily create stories like this using AI tools and a little creativity? I did it easily, and now I'll show you how you can do it too. From coming up with an idea, writing the story, to creating the video. So the first step is to think of ideas of your story. Well, there are a lot of story ideas, but today I'll create a bedtime story because it's usually slow-paced, which means we won't have to put into much effort for the animation. And for that, I'll first give GPT this prompt. Tell me a short bedtime story for kids. So as you can see, GPT has given us a short bedtime story. You can also ask it to convert it into a longer story, or if you don't like it, you can edit it, or if you want, you can even ask for a story with your favorite characters. So now that we have the story ready, I'll ask GPT for prompts to generate images for each scene. So for that, I'll use this prompt. Now give an image prompt for each scene, making sure the prompts keep the images consistent. So as you can see, now we have both the story and the prompts for generating images. So I'll simply copy the story and image generation prompt into Google Docs so that I won't have any issues when generating images or doing the voiceover. So today I'm using Meta AI for image generation, which is a completely free tool where you can generate as many images as you want. So I'll paste my first prompt here and generate it. However, you can see that there is a mistake. For example, there is a little child here when we actually wanted to generate an image of a star. But no problem, we can edit it here and regenerate it again. And the best part about this tool is that we don't need to go anywhere else to animate the images. We can animate our images right here. We just need to click the animate button and you can see how amazing the animation it has created. So the animation we have is sufficient for our story. Even if you have just images, you can create your video by adding a pan and zoom effect. Since we are making a bedtime story which has a very slow pace, there isn't much need for extensive animation. And now I'll continue generating all my images this way and will also animate them from here. So all my images have been generated and animated. So now I'll download the images I want to use from here. So we have completed 2 steps so far and it has been very easy. So now let's move on to the next step, which is the voiceover. So for the voiceover, I'll be using 11 Labs. So we'll go to the 11 Labs website and click on Get Started Free. And then we'll paste our script into the speech box here. I want to use 3 voices in my story. My story is about a sleepy little star named Twinkle, who is a baby star. So for her, I'll use a baby voice. And for the moon, I'll use a different voice. And for the host, I'll use a different voice. So I need a total of 3 voices. So first I'll select the host voice. I like this voice, so I'll choose it, and after that I'll paste my entire story here and keep only the parts that the host needs to say and removing the rest, and then I'll generate the voice. Similarly, I'll select a voice for Twinkle Star and generate her voice as well. Then I'll select a voice for the moon and generate his dialogues too. This way I'll have 3 files ready, one for the moon, one for the star, and one for the host. And now we'll simply go to our editing tool where we need to merge all our elements and generate a video. So first we'll import all our images, videos and voiceovers. We'll start with setting our voices as we have 3 different voices, so we need to listen to them. And after that we'll cut and adjust them according to the script. So I'll keep looking at my script and we'll set their voices accordingly.
Once upon a time, in a sky full of bright stars, there was a little star named Twinkle. Twinkle loved to shine brightly every night, but one day, she felt very sleepy.
Why am I so tired?
Twinkle asked the moon. The moon smiled and said,
"It's because you've been shining so brightly, little star. You need rest just like everyone else."
Twinkle yawned and asked,
But who will light up the sky if I sleep?
The moon softly replied,
"Don't worry, your star friends will take care of it tonight. And when you wake up, you'll shine brighter than ever."
Twinkle felt better knowing her friends were there.
So you saw that I looked at my script and listened to the voices, and in this way I arranged all 3 voices, and now according to the scenes we'll set the images we generated. So Meta AI generates very good images, but there's also a problem with watermarks and the images come in a 1:1 ratio instead of 16:9 or 9:16. So for that, we'll simply crop it and adjust its size. And the animation is quite fast-paced for a bedtime story, so we'll simply slow down its speed to make it feel normal. And now after that, I'll add effects here, such as some particles effects and an auto enhance effect. I'll always add these effects in such videos because the quality of AI generated images tend to drop it a bit, and these effects give it a nice look. And after that, our last step is background music. So we can get our background music from the YouTube library or different websites, but today I'm using Suno AI for this. So we'll go to this website, click on create, and here I'll enter my prompt such as calming melody for our children's bedtime story. And after clicking create, it will give us 2 amazing music in just a few minutes. So I've generated some music here, I'll listen to them, and whatever I like, I'll download it from here and use it in my video.
Once upon a time, in a sky full of bright stars, there was a little star named Twinkle.
And if you need any sound effects, you can use those as well to make your video look even more polished. For example, I've used a yawning sound effect here. And now I'll simply export my video because it's ready. Let's go and see the final result.
Once upon a time, in a sky full of bright stars, there was a little star named Twinkle. Twinkle loved to shine brightly every night. But one day, she felt very sleepy.
Why am I so tired?
Twinkle asked the moon. The moon smiled and said,
It's because you've been shining so brightly, little star. You need rest, just like everyone else.
Twinkle yawned and asked.
But who will light up the sky if I sleep?
The moon softly replied.
Don't worry, your star friends will take care of it tonight. And when you wake up, you'll shine brighter than ever.
Twinkle felt better knowing her friends were there. She closed her eyes and drifted off to sleep, knowing the sky was still shining bright. As Twinkle slept, the night grew peaceful, and all the stars whispered, "Good night, Twinkle."
So you saw how we created an amazing bedtime story video through some simple steps. Every time learning something new brings a unique joy, and AI tools have made this process even easier. I encourage you to explore your creativity because when you turn your dreams into reality, every story becomes special in its own way. And if you want to create a complete video using a single prompt, click on the video on the left. So stay connected with our channel and always keep watching for more creative tutorials. See you in the next video.